2, 1, go.
Okay, I feel like before we go, we should get Mop Bob's prediction, because clearly that will be the correct answer.
Okay,
so hopefully Mop Bob will read this and be able to find out what's going on. Please tell us and share your wisdom with us, Mop Bob.
Yeah, Mop Bob, who do you think's going to win?
Pause it somewhere together, actually, while we wait for his wonderful guidance.
Oh, there's just probes building right now. Nobody went to proxy. Well, Mop Bob, who do you think's going to win? Mop Bob? He was just talking in chat.
I know. Mop Bob, what's up with this?
Well, why you dodge this, Mop Bob?
Wow. Mop Bob's like, nope. He's consulting his inner self. He's looking at all the different variations, possibilities.
I don't think he heard. We're asking you who you think is going to win, Mop Bob.
We know you have the answers to all such things. You know you can simplify things that are seemingly impossible to simplify. We expect your guidance to help us cast.
Ooh, Mop Bob says San will crush.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh. So he thinks that San's not only going to take the second game, but he's going to take it convincingly and 2-0 XiaOt.
I feel like after that, I'm going to San to win the whole thing. Or San to win the whole thing. Mop Bob says he's going to crush. Dude, that guy's going to win the finals. 4-0. Calling it. You heard it from Mop Bob first. If it doesn't happen, we can all sue Mop Bob for his life. That's how it works.
Wow, that's pretty harsh, man.
I'm just kidding.
No, it's okay. We love Mop Bob.
And the reason we're talking about random things that aren't that relevant to this game is because there's nothing really relevant going on. That's actually probably not a word. Relevant.
Yeah.
There we go.
So we haven't actually covered who's who yet. So we can see XiaOt is going to be the red Protoss in the top right-hand corner. In the bottom left, we have San once again as the blue Protoss. San is up 1-0 for those of you who did just tune in. And this is the round of 16 from the Gigabyte StarsWar 6. Shoutouts to Gigabyte, gigabyte.com. They're the ones that provided the prize pool for this tournament. They make really high-end motherboards that are just amazing products. Their killer line in particular is really good for gaming, and you should definitely check them out. If you want a full-on rant about how awesome killer motherboards are, just go ask Elaine Sun there in chat. She'll give you all the ranting you ever want to hear about how awesome Gigabyte motherboards are. And so definitely should check them out if you're building a computer soon, because they're sponsoring this awesome tournament. And we still don't see anything too interesting except for the fact that once again XiaOt's cybernetics core is just a little bit behind.
Yeah, but he seems to be actually like a probe or so ahead. Well, not even a probe ahead, but just maybe. Actually, let me think. No, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. This player is very, very similar, except for, like you said, that cybernetics timing is a little bit different, but not that huge of amounts.
The warp gate timing isn't quite as different as it was in the last game. I think XiaOt just like tried to skip one chrono boost on his warp gate, try and get a few more probes out, and then San just made him pay for it. So I'd really be surprised if he did the same thing again. Yeah, he is still continuously chrono boosting them. The warp gates, and yeah, if you look at that, he's actually caught up a little bit in the warp gate timings. Both players dropping their extra 3 gateways at the same time. So we are going 4 gate versus 4 gate. Question is, who's going to be able to get down a pylon in this situation? If you can deny the opponent's probe, that actually puts you very far ahead. So look at how, San's holding the center of the map with these watchtowers, trying to make sure that XiaOt can't sneak a probe by him, and he's actually already got 1 pylon down, trying to go for a second one, but XiaOt will see this with his stalkers. He should be able to take out this one, but there's still another pylon. So the beginning of the game in this battle of the 4 gates, San definitely has the advantage.
Yep, and the interesting thing here is if San hadn't went those 4 gates, if he only had, say, 1 gate in a robo, there's really nothing he could do right here. There would be 4 stalkers warped in very, very soon. Look at that. 4 stalkers warped in on the top area. But like you just said, San had his own 4 gates. Even with that, it's going to be a little bit difficult, though. It's a very nice micro by XiaOt.
Yeah, but San's microing this pretty well at the same time. But if you look at this, XiaOt does appear to be pulling just a little bit ahead, as he does keep his own Zealot alive. And those Stalker battles, keeping your Zealots alive and getting them into contact with the Stalkers is the most important thing. You're basically just trying to micro so that you're getting hits on their Stalkers with your Zealots without taking any of your own. So he's actually able to push San back, and now this usually is the point where XiaOt does have an opportunity for a counterattack, but he hasn't brought a probe with him, so he's not going to be going for a super aggressive counter. Just send a couple units across the field, see if he can try and pick off a few of the units while they're still retreating, and maybe do a little bit of economic damage, because as you see, there's not many units here defending for San, so if XiaOt gets a bunch of units over here, gets up that ramp, focuses down the few units that are here, he might be able to force probes if he pull off the line, but San did just warp in.
Now, but
where did he put a pylon?
Well, he's just bringing the probe in.
Oh, okay.
Not actually a pylon yet.
Yeah, if you look, San did warp in a few more units, so it looks like he should be able to hold this, especially with those sentries. So it looks like both players are going to have to withdraw, as XiaOt loses all of his zealots there. He's just going to have to back off. Yeah, there you go. He does cancel the pylon, trying to focus down a few of these low health stock zealots, excuse me, while he retreats. And if you check out the units tab, you can see it's 4 stalkers to 3. Slight advantage for XiaOt, but there is an extra sentry on the field for San. Oh my god.
In this game, gas is what's going to adjust it from right here, and XiaOt actually just not throwing down a citadel, and San here having his robotics facility ahead of him, and having a little bit more gas units. For instance, like XiaOt does have 2 sentries, but sentries really aren't the greatest of ways you want to spend your gas. They're really only defensive, I feel.
Just noticed that we've been switching the colors the entire game.
Have we really?
Yes. I feel like complete moron now.
San's red, and
yeah, San's red.
XiaOt's blue.
Yeah, so I'm going to fix that real quick.
Wrong the whole time, really?
Yeah.
Wow, cool. For those of you who are colorblind, you will notice there's been no change in your scheduled broadcast. For everyone else, we apologize.
Yeah, there we go. I fixed it. There we. It's definitely we're bringing you entertainment, not quite in the way that you intended, but bringing you some entertainment at our own expense here on iCCupTV.
We were discussing Inception, and we figured we would mess with your minds a bit.
Yeah, we just went that extra level deeper. You know, can we go another? Can we go deeper? Can we?
We are dedicated to making this as confusing as possible to new people, so they don't really enjoy the game. Gonna be honest.
Oh, we're not that mean. Not that mean.
Sure. I was just kidding. It was a joke.
Okay, that's fine. But now we see that XiaOt is going for Blink, while San does have his robotics bay done. He has a single Immortal out on the field and has a Colossus on the way. Getting that Immortal on the way is going to be helping him out a lot, especially against the sort of Blink aggression from XiaOt. You do want to make sure that you have that extra protection, because those 50 damage per shot bursts from the Immortal do really well against Blink Stalkers, because, well, it's tougher to micro your Blink when they're taking 50 damage per hit. It's a lot easier to lose control and have a Stalker go down, but so far he is doing pretty well. With this micro, 1 Stalker does go down, but he has applied enough pressure here on San. We did force him to cancel that Colossus, which is going to be helping him out quite a bit. He's now going for his own Twilight Council, possibly to get his own Blink
gotta be a force
upgrade.
Field right there, yep. Nice little force field there, stopping him catching a Zealot.
Yeah, so XiaOt's still applying pressure here, trying to get up the ramp without getting force fielded too much. He does have vision up this ramp, so he could go for the Blink, but he's actually trying to focus down the Immortal without having to Blink. If he had been able to focus down the Immortal with his Stalkers there, and then Blink up, he would have been in a decent spot. But the main thing is, he doesn't want to Blink on top of these Zealots. That will hurt his Stalkers quite a bit, so he's got to try and find the right opportunity to go for that Blink directly up the ramp. And this is where the high-level Blink micro comes into play. It's not just about executing it properly, but doing it at the right time. So we're still waiting for XiaOt to find that moment. Now all the Stalkers are, the Zealots are down, excuse me, but this Immortal is still out on the field, and San is just about to finish a second Immortal, so he's still not feeling safe enough to go for that super aggressive Blink.
And I'm not sure I completely agree with San throwing down the Twilight Citadel first. I'd rather have seen him got 1 Immortal previously, because now there is this Blink micro running in, killing both of those, and then just trying to do whatever damage you can. But those Zealots are absolutely tearing up. Oof. Very interesting fight here, to say the least.
You can see the Zealots did quite a bit of damage, but he had such a huge number of Stalkers there. With him taking out both those Immortals so quickly, San just wasn't able to hold that. Really well timed there by XiaOt, exactly what we were talking about. You have to Blink in at the right moment. and he picked his moment really well. There weren't any zealots defending for San, and he was able to take down both those immortals immediately right when he blinked on top of him, so really well done there.
Imagine that fight if instead of that Citadel, he had one more immortal. I think he could have helped.
Yeah.
I think he could have helped. But anyway. Anywho.
Right, so XiaOt is going to take the second game. He's going to even out the series. Mop-Bob, we trusted you.
No. Mop-Bob just trolled us. Because he's Mop-Bob. He can do that.
To be fair, Mop-Bob called it when he thought that San was blue.
Yeah.
So, maybe he called it right? He was calling the blue player was going to win.
Hey.
Yeah.
Mop-Bob clearly wasn't wrong. Maybe our replay is corrupted.
Yeah, maybe.
Remember that? Back in the olden Brood War days, replays would be corrupted.
Alright, so we are going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with game number 3 here in just a moment. So stick around. We're going to have the third game of this series, the deciding game. Winner will move on to the round of 8. So it's quite important. We'll be back in just a second with game number 3. So stick around. Bob says he lost all of his esports dollars betting on that game.
Yep.
Wow. Maybe you'll be more careful when you go all in next time, Mop-Bob. Mop-Bob's name is just fun to say on stream.
It is.
Mop-Bob.
It's a good name. I would be okay with having that as my name. So right now we're 1-1, for those of you who do not know.
I gotta make sure I don't have to switch the colors again. I do have to switch the colors again. Grr.
Yeah. Interesting. Who is casting? This is actually Artosis and Tasteless. I am Artosis, Dan Artosis. Today joining me, you know, we're gonna be getting these games going. Oh look, in the background there's Hey Pro. Cool, yep. The Tasteless are coming.
Okay, so if I'm going to be tasteless, I have to do the smoker voice. Okay, so this is tasteless.
Wow. I managed the Tasteless.
I'm kidding. Shout outs to Tastosis. They run their website, thehandsomenerd.com. If you check them out, you can click the partners tab and actually pick up iCCupTV t-shirts. Just saying. Just saying.
Nice.
Everybody's yelling in chat about my terrible smoker voice impression of Tasteless.
It's okay.
I'm teasing. They're cool people.
I will give Tasteless my vocal cords so he may continue to smoke and cast at a high level.
And then he'll take your ladder points from you anyway, because he just likes those ladder points, man.
It's better than dying to one of the many ways he's discussed during the GSO.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, are you ready to... Well, let me think. Yeah, this is Chef, by the way. And
yeah?
Railcoon, I was lying when I said that thing before.
Yeah, so you can follow Chef on Twitter, FXO Chef. You can follow me at iCCupRailcoon. Just don't follow Chef too aggressively. He doesn't like stalkers. Just saying.
I have a bunch of replays at fxochef.com. Check those out too.
Yeah, check those out too.
Not to be like plugging myself horribly. Also check out... I couldn't think of anything I was gonna think of something just random to plug. Like that made no sense for the cast.
GayForTasteless.com.
There you go. There it is.
There's something random for you.
Appreciate it.
So are you ready to go for game number 3?
I'm all set, but first, before we go, we need to make sure with Mop-Bob that he has the right prediction.